Hey Dublin students, my name is John Whelan. I'm the Sales VP here at ABS Communications. We're located in Norwalk, Ohio. So I hear you have questions on how do you have a successful lunch meeting? It's a great question. And first thing is, you don't want to dive in. I know you're probably real excited. You want to just talk about this awesome product, or you want to talk about what this service that you want to sell them, or you want to talk to them about, and you just want to go right into it. You really want to understand and get information from the customer. So what I would tell you is be attentive and listen. Let them do all the talking. And I know that's going to be tough, right? In today's world, you want to just get right in. You want to do these things. You want to get in, get out. But really, we want to understand what the customer is about. People buy from people where they feel comfortable. Like I've bought 13 cars from this individual because he knows me personally. He knows my family. He knows my kids. He knows what I like to do. So in this meeting, I would try to get this person, this client, to kind of talk to them a little bit about themselves. Get them talking about what they like to do outside of work. Those are things that they like to talk about. They get excited about. Work is work, but getting them to know you and getting you to know them on a personal level, it becomes a lot easier to have that conversation. So talk to them about their interests. Talk to them about what they like to do outside of work. If they have kids, where they go on vacation. So before you dive right in, that's the information you want to gather, because that's information you can use later down the road that can maybe potentially help you close that sale or get them to sign up for that event. Now, when do you do all this? When do you start talking business? When is a good time to stop talking about small talk and start talking about business? Well, generally, before we order or once we order, I generally just talk about anything other than work, anything other than what we're there for. It's more of a social gathering, because in sales, it's really important to have information. Information is key. Information you can use to be successful and use for, to help develop a relationship and maybe help you get that sale or get that event signed with that information. So very attentive. If you have a significant other, they will tell you that they like people that are very attentive. It's the same thing in this business. When you're in a lunch meeting, you want to be attentive. So I generally wait until the food is there before I start talking business. So it could be a 15, 20, or 30-minute conversation about them. Sometimes the customers will start leading into questions before then, and that's okay too. So the other thing I would suggest is wait for the customer to start talking business and start talking about the strategies they want to talk about, because at that point, then they're interested in understanding. So it's never easy to for a lunch meeting, when to start, when not to start. I don't know that there's a right or wrong answer. But again, knowing about that individual and having information about them is really helpful for down the road. And then once the lunch is there, once you have that meal, that's when I start talking about, what I want to talk about, having that holistic approach, peeling the onion about what their business is. I also want to see if the customer is wearing multiple hats. In today's world, some person may be the IT manager, maybe the office manager, maybe the HR person, maybe the bottle washer. I mean, they may carry multiple hats. So I try to understand what else they do within that business to see if that'll help me down the road as well. So once dinner is there or once food is there, that's when I start talking strategy. That's when I start talking about what we're there for. And then I can potentially use some of the things that I learned earlier in the meeting to help me potentially provide that service and get them to understand, hey, this makes a lot of sense. So hopefully that helps. Again, being very attentive, get a lot of information about that customer from a personal and professional perspective so you can use that down the road. And I think that's when you'll have yourself a nice, successful conversation, and you'll gain a relationship, not just for this particular meeting, but also for down the road. Well, hope you guys learned something. Hopefully you guys have a good lunch, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good day, everybody.